Hi, this is Chuck Vosberg for LightingIsEasy.com, and welcome to the first installment of Photoshop Fridays. In this installment, what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to take an image like this and make it look like part of the image is kind of breaking out of the frame. It makes it look three-dimensional, and a lot of people have been asking me how to do this, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to switch over here to my original image. And the first thing that would be helpful on here is to add a little bit of white area around it. So I'm going to go under the image menu at the top of the screen and go down to canvas size. And I think I'll just add an extra inch around this. So change this to 10, change this to 14. That'll give an extra inch. And I'm just going to leave this to go from the center out. Click OK, there we have it. When you do this, make sure that white is the color it's going to use as the extension color. Next, I'm going to add a separate layer by clicking on the New Layer button in the bottom of the Layers panel so that my little white area that it's going to extend out into can be on a separate layer. We don't want to mess up our original. So I've got my separate layer selected. Now I can go over here to the toolbox and choose the rectangular selection tool, and I'm just going to drag a rectangle, kind of give me the area where it's going to break out of the frame. And under the edit menu, I'm going to go down to fill, make sure we're going to use white, and then click OK. And it filled that area with white, just like it says. Now we'll go to the select menu at the top and deselect. The next step is really simple. I'm going to take my magnifying glass tool and zoom in a bit on this area so that we can do some accurate work. You can do this with a layer mask if you're familiar and you prefer to use layer masks, or the simplest way is to just go to the eraser tool in the toolbox. Make sure you have a nice hard-edged brush up here. While we're up here, we'll make sure that it's set to 100% because I want full strength erasing action. So I'm just going to go up here and start erasing around this thing. I can't see where the edges are of this thing, so I'm just going to go beyond it a little bit and go back and fill in the areas that I missed with white. So let me just get this erased real quick here. Now I'll switch over to the paintbrush tool in the toolbox, and the paintbrush tool paints whatever color is the foreground color down here in the bottom of the toolbox. So I'll make sure that's white so that my paintbrush will paint white. Let me go down here to the zoom tool and zoom in just a little bit further, and I'll take my paintbrush tool and just start painting in the white around this. And this will only take a moment to paint in. I'm going to kind of do a sloppy job because I don't want to keep you waiting while I do this perfectly. But the beauty of this is, if you make a mistake, it's not a problem. You can just simply switch back to your eraser tool and go in there and clean it up. Now I'll go back to my paintbrush tool and continue painting on this. I'm using a Wacom tablet. Those are something that makes this a lot easier to do. I find that a Wacom tablet is just a lot more intuitive than a mouse, especially for doing this kind of work. So I'll just paint this in quickly. Got one little bit of cleanup to do down here with the eraser tool. Alright, it's just that easy. I've added this layer, carefully painted around it with white. Now it looks like it's breaking out of the frame. So it's really easy, and I hope you have a great time doing this. And be sure to check back here at LightingIsEasy.com often. There'll be a new Photoshop tutorial every Friday, and of course the regular lighting tutorials are going to appear on there at least once a week. So have a great time.